What's happening? How is everyone doing? Happy Friday. It's my day off. Thought it'd be fun to do some MetaSound stuff. I don't know. I was thinking maybe do some music stuff. I'm not sure. This is more like an experiment. Yeah. Just finishing up the workday. Yeah, I guess it's kind of like the afternoon now, huh? I already did some of my chores. All right. What do I got? Let's do this. This is going to be my main MetaSound. I already set up a submix with reverb, but I wasn't sure how I was going to use it yet. All right. Let's set things up in stereo. Well, I think I could probably see if I could start building a groove, right? So I can make my little kick drum that I had before. Yeah, do that. And how do I want to do this? I guess. Do a little frequency mod. Get a nice bass frequency range. It's like a bass. And I think I actually want like kind of a long decay time, but then a really, really fast curve down. I'm watching my kid. Oh, nice. Yeah, great, Aaron. Just judging me, huh? Yeah, curves would be cool. Curves would be cool. I mean, in my brain, I'm imagining what the curve looks like. It's almost like having a curve. All right, let's get our on play in here. By the way, for people just joining, or who are like, what is this? This is MetaSounds. This is a brand new design environment in Unreal Engine 5. And what we're looking at is actually not blueprints. Although, if you zoom out far enough, it starts to look like the LOD on like low definition blueprints. That's just some UI work. It's intentionally not supposed to look exactly like blueprints. There are some graph stuff that's evocative of other graphs in Unreal, but this is not blueprints. This is like a flow graph. Just think of everything flowing like a stream to the output. Yeah, it's ed graph. It's based off of like one of the base graphs in the engine. But it's cooler. It doesn't actually look like any graph now. That's just where it started from. Yeah, I like using it too, Chris. Okay, let's see what this sounds like. this is, I imagine this in my brain, but I think it's pretty tight. Oh, it's so tight. Look at that. It's too tight. Let's drop one of these zeros and see how that goes. That's not good enough. Let's go 1, 2, 5. That's pretty cool. Let's go 3, 2, 5. That's way too slow. Oops. Oh, maybe I will go back to that 1, 2, 1. Maybe just 1. Yeah. How about 175? Yeah, I like that. Yeah. Yeah, everyone did a really good job on this. It's pretty sweet. I dig it. I wasn't sure at first, because when it first started out, it was like, you know, it was just like the sort of building out the skeletons and getting nodes on a graph and stuff. But then, like, there was some point, I don't remember when it was, but you just sort of you get to this stage where it's like, in your brain, you're not really thinking about the UI anymore, and you're just thinking about, like, creating, and that is really cool. So I thought it was cool that sort of happened, and I was like, oh yeah, this is gonna be awesome. That's when I knew it was gonna be really cool. All of these ranges I'm putting in, I'm doing because I have a lot of experience with synthesis, so it helps. But basically, so ladder filter is an interesting kind of filter. A ladder filter. So the resonance, which is the feedback, the amount of feedback that emphasizes the cutoff, is on a ladder filter actually carves out some of the bass. So, like, the ladder filter is kind of a dangerous thing to use on this this particular type of, because I'm trying to filter out some of the high frequencies on this kick drum. And you can kind of hear we kind of lost a little bit of the bass. But if I drop the resonance and there's something lower, you get a lot more bass in there. And let's make this curve. First of all, let's make this a 0 attack, and then we'll go like a quarter. This is like exponential logarithmic. Yeah, you can hear our bass is actually pushing. It's actually pushing a little crackle. So we'll have to keep an eye on it on our volume levels. Yeah, a ladder filter does sound good, but yeah, I mean, everything that sounds good is a little expensive. Yeah, the ladder filter is a Moog style. Yeah, I think the other day I was messing around with like a mini Moog voice architecture where I had 3 oscillators and a noise generator feeding into a filter. Oh, it was a mixer, obviously, and then into a filter, and then having a couple of envelope generators on top of that. It's pretty cool. This is sort of the question that I keep having with MetaSounds, with these sorts of experiments, where it's like, I know that I'm gonna work my way up from, like, this is a kick drum sound or something like a kick drum sound to something like a groove, and actually I just want to make that a little bit tighter. But then it becomes like an organization thing. Like, do I make a kick drum MetaSound, and then do I trigger it in blueprints, or do I create a rhythm inside MetaSounds? Both are possible. Does sequencer have BPM? The movie tool, the animation or the sort of cinematic tool. I don't think there's anything. Maybe did they add like a clock like that? No, I don't think so. BPM is pretty easy to figure out usually. When you're trying to find like, if you're trying to figure out a tempo or something like that. Let's make this. How do I want to organize this? I like that these. Okay, these both go. I don't know if I want to add a click to this, but I do like that I have. Let's get a really big mixer. Stereo mixer. I have no idea how much of these I'm gonna want, so I'm just gonna go big. And we'll just start there. You can create music in Unreal, yes. Was that ever in doubt? Yes, yeah. Dan, show him the BPM node. Oh, that was something I saw you make. I don't remember. Oh, yeah, you did make that. Okay. A BPM to seconds. But you'll have to invert that if you want hertz. So, like, if you wanted to have, like, an LFO be, like, beat synchronous. I mean, there's like no end to how many nodes would be desirable for music creation, music sequencing. Because that's I guess what am I doing here? Okay, I need some pattern generation now. So let's switch modes to actually I think I want to just loop through an array. Let's make an input and we'll try this. We'll just see if we can make a pattern. Yeah, the VU meter is pretty cool. But yeah, it is a more traditional VU style. So it really shows you like the loudness of things. But if you have like a fast transient, it's not going to show that. But it's good for, other types of visualizations. I'm pretty sure we have plans to expand the kinds of meters that we can look at. That'd be cool. But I'm not here to, make promises about stuff. Okay, bool. Actually, I want to do bool array. I think this. Oh, this. Do we have a bool array? I don't want a random. I guess I do want to get. I'll have to track. Don't we have a non-shuffle next? Just it'd be cool if we had a. Okay, this is my kick pattern. Let's see what our options are. What is subset? I haven't looked at that. Oh, that's just cutting it. That's cool. By the way, even though I've used MetaSounds for a little while now, I have not seen every node. What is concatenate? Oh, that's, yeah, that makes sense. Yep. Yeah, I guess I want get, but I want to do like a what was that trigger? Is it trigger counter? Yeah. Yeah, okay. Cool. And then we can do this. We'll go number. And the number is going to be our reset. Yeah. So this should... We added the nodes at different fever. Yeah. Yeah, there was a bunch of people making nodes for a while. So many people making nodes. So on trigger, we would get... And the count would be this. So what this will do is every time I trigger into this, it will trigger this get value, and then the count will always be within the size of the pattern. So I think I'm pretty safe here. Oh, but we didn't do like a... Trigger toggle. Okay, we did a toggle. Okay, this I don't think I've used before. Toggle on. Oh, but this toggles Spreadsheet bounding board. Yeah. Yeah, people tend to sort of look. There's certain nodes that are like, oh, we need this, obviously, and then someone makes it. Was it a route? Toggle Boolean value on or off. No. It was not routes and audio buffer. No. Oh, I'm trying to determine whether or not a trigger will pass through. I'm trying to use like a Boolean array as like a pattern of whether or not to trigger. I guess I could use the bool as a multiplier against the volume, but I don't like that. I don't like that idea. Oh, trigger select? Where is that? Trigger select? Oops. I don't think you checked that in, man. No, it's not. There is no trigger. Trigger select is not there. The select trigger? I don't think you turned that. I don't think you checked that in. I think that's local, man. I don't... What do you mean trigger select? I'm not seeing that node. Oh, trigger compare. Oh, right. Okay. Yeah. But then here I could probably do this to an int, right? To int? Okay. Will that make it... This will make it a 1 if it's true, right? In max, it's select. Yo. You should know better, bro. You should know the difference between MetaSounds and max. It's your job. I am declaring it as your job. All right, this is sweet. So then we could do... Let's do a trigger repeat. And we'll just throw an on play here. And we'll just use this... oh, I have a long one. Let's just do a 1 second thing and just see if it's working. So we'll go every trigger, every time it repeats, we'll trigger this, and when this is successfully triggered, we will also trigger, oops, clean it up, this compare, and we're just comparing the output of our array to 0 or 1, true or false. And this is going to keep cycling through our array in order, which is cool. And then every time this is true, we will trigger these instead of on play. Oh, hey, Vladdy. What's up? Okay, so presumably this means that every second... Hold on. Is anything in here? No. All right. So every second it will... let's just do all true and see if that works. So every second it will trigger out. It'll cycle through our array, and every time it's true, it will trigger our little kick drum thing. Yeah, there's one every second. All right. So now let's change the pattern. Yeah, there we go. Okay. So now I hate that it's really slow. So I'm gonna make it fast. Let's go half a second. And then this could probably be lightened to maybe where I had it before, 0625. Yeah. Okay. Now I actually want it to go faster. So now let's get our BPM. What was it? BPM to seconds? Nice. So let's do this. Let's make this an input. Let's name it BPM. Sweet. And we'll go with a classic 4. And then let's go with a 8-step pattern. And let's just see if we can get something like this sounding all right. What is our... Let's go with a 115. So we'll just go something a little bit faster. Okay. And then there's our kick pattern. Well, that first one... Oh, I know why. Because I've got this... hold on a second. I've got... this ladder filter is only cutting off to a certain point, and then it's passing through a whole bunch of bass frequencies that are persisting. So I just need this to also apply. Let's do a multiply audio by float, and then I'm holding control down to move the connection. So I think I need my start value. Can I do this as a negative? -1. Will that work? Dana's kick drumming. Yeah, but I probably need a different envelope for this part. Because this is not... I'm not liking this, so I probably just need another 80 float. And... whoop. Because I just want it to be a different shape. Yeah. Yep. We can keep that 0.5. Why is it... it feels like it's starting... not on the 0. It's in... it's on trigger. The count. Reset count. I feel like there's a delay. Let me just put all these down. Yeah, I think we're starting on 7. If I do this. Nope. What about this? Nope. These are all... I think maybe I'm skipping the first one. That's it. Yeah, so I'm starting on 1. Oh, right, because the count... ah, yes. Does that mean I'm going out of bounds? This is... yeah, I gotta subtract 1. Subtract... we need to default this to 1. Boop. Just like blueprints. That's probably it. All right, we'll do every other and just see if it lands. Nice. It's just, you know, honestly, the +1 or the index versus count kind of thing is like it's such a classic thing, and once you know what it's supposed to be, then you just get it. But if you don't know at first, okay, cool. I kind of want my counter to be a high frequency, but so I kind of want this one to be 1/8 notes. But then I need my pattern to sort of... I want my pattern to be 16 then. Yeah, I know. I haven't really gotten used to using the print node. All right. Cool. So this... boop, 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 boop. There we go. So this should be our... well, I guess this is every other one. Right? So this would be on the beat, because I'm doing 8 divisions of the whole note. Wait a second. How'd I get that? How'd I get that double? Okay, maybe I need to use the print node. Is it just the regular output window? Output log. Ugh. Okay. Boop. Yeah. So print... I guess my integer. So let's see what it's printing at. What it's. I guess it'll be on this trigger here. And then I guess I should do what the result is. Okay. Ah. Oh. Oh, because it's going to my start value. Okay, hold on. Yeah. But we're still... Hold on a second. What am I missing? Oh, hold on. It's going 0 all the way up to 14. Oh, damn it. You know what? Because this is... The number... 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 14. My pattern goes up to index 15. So 15 is getting skipped. And then it's going to -1 because I'm minusing 1. So the count is actually starting at 0. Oh no, the count starts at 1, but only on the first one. This might be a bug, yeah. So the count is starting at 1, but it's not returning to 1. However, I could do this. Let's try this. Let's just see. Actually, just having this as the start value, if that will... No. It's wrapping down at... Yeah. So we just need the first one. It's just the very first one, though, right? Oh, you're on your iPad? Nice. Because then it seems to be wrapping where we don't want a -1. So I don't know if... Actually, you know what, Aaron? I bet you this is the cause of those weird seed bugs that we've been getting. Oh, use the value. Oh yeah, that's a good idea. Oh, because yeah, the value would... Oh, right, that's a great idea. Let's try that. To int. And then we'll take a look and see what it's... So it starts at 1, even though the start value was listed as 0. But it is wrapping correctly, so that's good. That's pretty cool. So... Yeah. But it's wrapping correctly, which is nice. So it's just the first one. But what I was saying is, I think, what if this is the cause of our seed offset for the first one? You know what I'm saying? Because our first pattern, or seeded pattern, has that offset one. There's the thing. Yeah, Mixing Manager is definitely... Oh, you fixed a seed bug? Oh, rad. Yeah, Mixing Manager for... Yeah, I've created a state manager. If you check out the Valley of the Ancient, there's a little gameplay tag-based state manager called Crossfader for the audio modulation system. And that's just, so I can push mixes based off of states and create exclusions, mutual exclusions. Because yeah, I found that too. Little mix manager. Wow. If I can make it cool, Rob might look at it as a potential add-on, but it's pretty sweet so far. Yeah, I'd like to. There's so much that I'd love to do with Crossfader. But All right, so how am I going to resolve this one first starting value? If I do start value, is it just ignoring the start value completely? No, that one started at 0. Ah, but then it wraps to -1, and we get that. That's funny. Okay. There's no way around it. I don't think there's a way around it. Oh, you know what I could do? No, it's going to wrap to the start value. So, what if I did this? Like that. What happens if I do that? That one kicks it to 1. Interesting. All right. Minus to plus? Which minus? Oh, I think you're a little bit far behind, Anthony. I've already deleted that minus. There's probably stream delay. Yeah. But what I could do is, I mean, you know, knowing that it starts at 1 just means that my pattern is offset. Because otherwise it wraps correctly. Which is a minor nuisance. Otherwise, I could figure out some sort of exception for like the very first hit. But I didn't want to go too far into that. Yeah. Yeah, Anthony. I wasn't sure if there was a stream delay. Sometimes the stream can be like delayed by a significant amount, so no worries. All right. So what anyway, I guess I was trying to do like a cool pattern. Okay. Now we need something on the backbeat. And I've been thinking about this, how we're going to do this noise. By the way, for anyone who doesn't know, there is a bug in pink noise, and I'm aware of it, and the team knows. I think I want to do an 80 envelope audio. Yeah. Oh, man. Yeah. That's going to be so rad, though. Adding variables. It's nuts. Or local parameters or whatever. Yeah, that'd be rad. Yeah, it's important to remember, everyone, that this is influx. Yeah. All right, I want multiply, and I actually want to do. How do I want to do this? I want to. So basically what I want to do is I want like a clap, and I need to have a. I need to have a stutter beginning, and I need to do that with an 80 envelope. Multiple 80 envelopes. I could just string a whole bunch of 80 envelopes, but I kind of want to have it where it's like looping. And there's a delay, and then we switch. And actually, I think we have a audio switch. Oh, that uses an integer. Interesting. We also, let's see. Yeah, like math. nodes. Yeah, the thing that it gets a little bit tricky with logic stuff because blueprints is a execution based graph, and this is a flow graph, like a stream. So everything would have to be like done with comparison style approaches to things, or triggers, you know. I could do. Crossfade. What's the crossfade? I don't think I use this. Oh, this is a float. Oh, that's cool. I don't think I use this. This was put in near the end, huh? Yeah, this is rad. Oh, yeah. This is perfect. This is what I'll do. There we go. So here's what I'll do. I'll have 2 envelopes. Okay, check this out. All right, fam. So this is my... And then I'm going to have an ADSR. ADSR. Okay, both of these are going to be audio signals. Actually, I want them like this. So maybe they should be like that. Okay. So what's going to happen... So I got this one looping. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to trigger this. And then I guess this is not... Yeah, I guess this will work. No, wait. This isn't how I want to do it, though. I actually just need a... I don't need this. I just need an AD envelope. Because then this will just be delayed. And this will come at the end. So what I'll do is I'll trigger this. Let me... where's my on plays? I'm going to delete this. So now... Nothing plays. Good. So we'll do this on play because I want to test this. So basically I want this to be delayed. And then I guess we'll have a crossfade. This kind of seems silly to have 3 envelopes. Because then I can use a... oh, that's what I was going to use the ADSR for. That's why I was doing it, but it needs to be a float. Aha. Okay. So then on play, it goes boop. Triggers my looping audio. Like this. So it'll go boop, 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 boop. So when this goes up, this will be like attack 0, 0, and then the sustain level will be 1. So this will punch up to 1, and then this will be the looping envelope value, and this will just be like a tight, like kind of thing. And then when it's done, when the delay is done, we'll release. And, sorry, do this. And then we'll trigger the long envelope. And this long envelope will be like the tail, if that makes sense. And our release time will be 0. So it's basically like a gate. But it's just punching it up to 1 and then dropping it back to 0. That's so many C's. I lost track of the chat. That's cool. All right. So let's just add this to our mixer. And we'll throw in some estimates here. So this, for the looping one, let's just say it's going to be 0 attack. It's just gonna be a bunch of really short decays. So like we'll try like 1/8 of a second, and we'll give it a little bit of a curve. And then for the long attack, this is fine, but we'll do, yeah, I guess 1 second. Let's do 2 seconds and then make this a 4 times, and then we'll give this the same value as our attack. And then this is just however long the delay is. So it's working, but this needs to be much tighter. Let's try 0125. That's a little bit too... It's close, but maybe do 0.0375. Just like reaching a number. That's a little bit too slow. 250, somewhere in between. Maybe. What is... Feels like there's something... Doesn't feel like a sharp attack. Is it because it's... This crossfade probably has a 1 buffer attack. What? Okay, so let's try this. Oh no. What we could do is invert this value. Have the loop be 0 and this is 1, so we'll multiply it. If it's 1, we multiply. No, then it'll be. If it's 1 and then 0, that should multiply by 1, offset 0. How do I want to get this to the other side, huh? Yeah. Ahoy, Andre. How's it going? Oh, full-time gig. Congrats. Congratulations. Very, very cool. I think I just want to do a subtract. That's what I want to do. I want to subtract by 1 and then multiply by -1. That's what I want to do. Oops, not 11. Yeah. There we go. Get that sharp attack on the first one. Okay. So the concept's there. I've got the flutter. I've got the tail. The tail could be a little curvier. Cool. But we only want this to last for a very short period of time. So probably something like 0.1, maybe even less. Yeah. The only other thing is this is a little bit strong. This tail is a little bit strong. Maybe it's not Let's try curling it more. Let's try a dramatic curl. That's too much. Just half of what we had before. That's not bad. Let's try it a little bit tighter on the and then maybe make this something like yeah. It's kind of like a clap now. All right, well, let's just see how it starts fitting in with our crazy patterns. Okay. So let's bring this back, get on play. And then we want to create actually something very similar. For this guy. And I think we can stop printing log. Let me see. What else do we want to keep? This is, we could probably just keep all of this. Except our array will be a new array. And let's it will be clap pattern. We'll start with an 8 pattern size. We can just clap here like that. Okay. Yeah, oh, hold on a second. Hold on. Yep. There. There. Good. Okay. Let's oh, I guess we're gonna offset by 1, so let's just see how this sounds first. That's like way too frequent. Immediately. I don't think they're offset by the same amount. Hold on a second. How did I offset this one before? I think that's the side of the... The graph redrawing? Oh, I didn't even notice. I wasn't even paying attention. Boom. I think this is what was wrong. All right. Let's see if we can tighten up that tighten up the graphics on level 3. Okay. I think this is where I was not sure how I wanted to organize this. Actually, I'm going to take advantage of, well, I don't want to use that. Let's go high pass. I kind of want to take out some of the beef. Let's just do this, see how this... All right. I guess we could do stereo delay. Like this. Just grab you over here. This is going to end up being like something crazy over here. All right. Dry level. And then I think our delay time, where's our BPM? BPM 2 seconds. And then we can do like a 16th note. Ping pong delay with just a little bit of feedback. And let's go. Something like that. Okay, 16 was too ambitious. Let's just see how 4 is. Then we lose all of our rhythm. It's no fun. Let's do something weird. Not that. What am I thinking? 6. That's what I'm thinking. No, I don't like it. Yeah, 6 would be triplets. Well, six is like half, triplet quarter notes or something like that. So, if I did 12, then that would be 8th notes. But that's too frequent. Let's do something weird. You know what it is? It's what if I do this? Yeah, maybe. Make it an input and tune it by ear. Yeah, that's a good idea. Good thinking. I'm not even going to rename it right now. It's like too regular. I think the problem is that it's just straightening out all the rhythms. Maybe it's just too prominent. It's kind of terrible. I'll think about it. I'm not sold on it. I'm not sold on how to use it yet. I am not sold on how to use it yet. So we'll just what am I doing here? We'll do this. Damn it. Go over here. Ah! I lost it. I'm hitting control too late. I just gave up. Make it. Oh, Luke. I don't know what that is. Luke 0.7. Or do you mean like? Something high. A high level of feedback. I don't know why I did that. Maybe. I just lose all the backbeat. That's the problem. I think I'm just gonna have to bring in other rhythmic elements for now. It is high feedback. 0.7 is what you said. I mean, the wet level's low. If I go high, then it's just feedback all the time, and that's just because what I'm saying is that it's not bad. I'm just saying that it's straightening out all the rhythms. Yeah, that could be a cool effect. We could do that. That's where we just drop this, trying to do beat matching. And we could just do something like that. And then let's drop that there. Yeah. We could go 10 times faster. Which sounds cool. And that's where we could do like an LFO where its range goes from that to like a super tight range. Something like that. Oh, what was it? To time? Yeah, I mean, you could make like a whole song out of just delays. All right, that's cool enough. I'll keep it. But we could do, I guess we could do this. This is where, actually, this is interesting. This becomes like carpless strong area where it's like the delay time's actually your hertz. Your like tonal hertz. But I think I just want to drop it just a little bit back. Yeah, that would be cool. I guess since it's been a long time. I mean, look, the future of audio in Unreal Engine is now. I mean, everything that we tried to do back then was in the service of this moment. You know? This is what we had in mind. This was the dream. So we're all pretty excited about it, to be honest with you. I can't. No. I'm off the clock, Jonathan. Sorry. I'm just chilling. This is like a chill hangout and do some MetaSound. I mean, look, we make these tools for ourselves. These are creation tools that we want. And we figure we're like other people. We all kind of want the same thing. I feel that way, at least. So now I need like a hi-hat, right? Come on, let's do this. Classic noise. This is going to be simple. And we'll do... we won't do a pattern generator. We'll try to do something more creative than a pattern generator. Let's see. So we want 80 audio because I'm using audio envelopes when I want like a tight attack. And if it's just like a slow attack, then I'll use a float. This is something that maybe is not obvious, but the MetaSound graph, these are audio buffers. And the MetaSound graph, like all these processors, all these generators, like the audio generator, anything that outputs audio is doing audio, like audio rate processing. So like to the sample. And what's sick about MetaSounds is that our triggers are sample accurate. These are not executions. These aren't executing. These are triggering. It's more like modular synthesis. And that's why you actually see these can go to many things. Because it's not an execution path. It's not like do this and this and this and this. It's a flow. Everything's kind of happening at once. And so all of these triggers all occur at the same sample on all of these different places, which is sick. But floats, like these things, you see LFOs, they output float values. these are what we call block rate or control rate. So these don't update as quickly. So they're cheaper. That's kind of what it is. So, you know, anytime I want to do like a really fast modulation, I use audio style enveloping. Or I'll do like, you know, I'll use like a sine wave or like an actual audio oscillator versus an LFO. Even if it ends up going below, like to infrasonic ranges. Just because I know that part of it I want it to be audio rate processing, so that's what I'm doing. But we're gonna do like a tight. This will be simple. We're just going to. And by the way, every a multiply in audio world is basically like an amplifier, right? So like if you're in your your modular synth, you can actually think of a multiplier as your VCA. And then you have your input signal and the thing you're sort of scaling it by. But it could be anything. It's just it could be multiplying two audio rate signals together, which is pretty wild, man. All right. We'll go tight. Oh, do I want to do open? Is control rate 1/16 of sample rate? I think it's just buffer size. So like right now, the buffer's 1024. But so so at my sample rate right now, that works out to what, like 40 hertz or something. So you got to think of your, you know, so with like things like LFOs, you kind of have to think of Nyquist like a second Nyquist, right? Control rate is almost like a second sample rate. It's like a slower sample rate. So if you go up high in the LFO land, you'll start get aliasing just like you would get, you know, going beyond Nyquist. It's totally possible. All right. So this one I want. Oops. What am I typing in here? Boop, 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 boop. And we'll go real tight curve, and then I just want. Let's get our BPM. Oh, let's get rid of this. I'm not using this. Am I using this? I'm no longer using this. I got rid of it. Not that it's doing anything up there, just it bothers me. Okay, BPM 2 seconds, and we'll do 16th notes just for now and just see how that sounds. And I need a trigger repeat. Boop. And this will just start on play. We'll just go bap, bap, boop. You gotta make sounds when you make the connections. Okay, let's see how this sounds. Sounds better. Now this is bothering me. It's just bothering me. So let's do. Here's what I'll do. Stereo. I'll make a little stereo mixer. And this will be where I like decide what I want to do with this. So it's just easy for me to mute it. And we'll have a 0 dry level. So we'll treat it like a send effect. And for right now, I'm not going to put anything in it, but we'll just put it through there, but we're not really doing anything. Makes sense. That is cool. Okay, so let's do... This is actually where I could put like a LFO square wave. Not that, sorry. square wave. And we could do 0. And then probably something like, let's do this. Random float. So every time this selects a random value, it's going to be 0 to, let's do, float. This is going to be one of the, okay, let's do this. Max of this and wait, seconds. Sorry, 0. I don't know, something really tight, but not 0. A non-zero value, because I'm going to do float divide, and we're going to do one of these. So we're going to invert our BPM, and we're going to turn it into frequency value. And then make that the max. And then make this something really, really small. And so this just prevents it from dropping to 0, so there'll be something there. And then we'll make that our frequency, and then we will multiply by audio. Yeah. So this will just modulate the amplitude of our little hi-hat, and hopefully create a little variation. There we go, look at that, procedural variation. Now this is where I want my stereo delay. Come on, hi-hat, it's gotta have stereo delay. Is there documentation? Yeah, there's sick documentation. Dude, the documentation on MetaSounds is probably the best documentation we've released for a feature, like at the same time. It's never happened before. We've had documentation released at the same time as a feature, but not like this. This is amazing. We got a new technical writer, and he's passionate, and it's awesome. Yeah, I'll drop a link in the chat in just a second. But oh yeah, stereo delay. I was all jazzed about stereo delay. Okay. All right. So this is kind of the perfect opportunity for a beat synchronous. This is really what we want. This stereo delay is not working out for me. I don't like this, but this would be cool. And then we'll grab this. And this is where we'll put something like 12 in. Go like that. And then what was this? I forget what this is. Just throw it on there. It's too high. Is the documentation for MetaSounds? Yeah, there is. Okay, I'll put the link in the chat. MetaSounds. I just searched MetaSounds Unreal Engine, and then in the Googles, and it works. Search engines are amazing. Beat multiplier. Yeah, that would be sweet. You know, Aaron... Oh, I don't know if Aaron's still here. Aaron's actually done live coding concerts before. That's wacky. Can't even imagine it. I think actually I want this, but multiplier of the BPM. This is very interesting. What if I do? Or actually, let's go 1, and then this will be 3s. Yeah, that's cool. This is definitely not aggressive enough. Something about this is missing. Something about the clap. But you know, purely synth claps are always a little bit disappointing. Does YouTube chat disappear for you after a while? I have it's just like a stream. I think it's getting recorded with the live stream. So all the embarrassing things you say will be there for posterity. Okay. Now we need some, like, I don't know, bass or something. We've got all these mixer spots we haven't filled yet. Okay. So let's use a simple saw wave. Let's see. Yeah. Actually, I wonder if let's do a basic super saw. Does YouTube? I'm not refreshing this. This is like the stream stats. So I don't touch it until I don't really ever touch it ever. So mono mixer. Okay, and then now we gotta think about melody. Flow to, or is that MIDI to frequency, and then MIDI. No quantizer. I think we want to do something like scale. And then we're going to have this is our root note. Every time I look at this, I think of Max's ridiculous solved jazz is a solved problem. Hey, what's happening, Jirochi? Alright. We'll just stick with this as boring all minor. But this is where I think I want to try bass notes. I want to see if this I've messed around with this approach, and I'm sort of curious. So we'll make this an array. And then we'll pick some. So this is node in. So let's do 0. Oops, you're gonna autosave underneath me. 2, 5, 7, 7. I'm gonna make a weird probability. We'll do another 5. I want another 7. Bunch of 1s. And then a couple of 11s. So we'll try this instead of chord tones. And then what we'll do is we'll get the bass notes. We'll get a random... What? Get random... Oh, float array. And, yeah, I guess I could have used a weight array instead. But this is waiting. And then let's do... This is where we want our BPM. And then we'll do a similar trigger repeat. And then this will start on play. And then every time we repeat, I want to actually determine whether or not we will actually play a note. But I think in this case, oh wow, Sweden and Hawaii, just it's like hands across the world. We got to keep it going, circling the globe. Australia too. Awesome. I'm thinking we want it's like afternoon for me. Or what time is it? Oh, it's kind of coming into evening now. This is just something you can just do forever, which is kind of cool. Okay, so every time we repeat, we want to get a possible note, but then we also want to... I don't want to do... Do I want to do the same thing? I feel like I should try a different approach. So let's do our classic... Oh, actually, we could use a compare. And so every time we will compare... Whoops. Get in there, you. And then this is what we'll do. So every time, and then what we'll do is we will do a LFO, an outro square LFO with a min value of 0. Or actually, let's do, just to avoid some float comparison, let's do less than. So every time the square is on the bottom, it will allow through notes. And then we can get even weirder and put this on an LFO of its own, where the frequency is like 0.1 to 5. So this should sporadically give us bass notes. That's the idea. And then we'll select a bass note, boop, doop, 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 a random bass note that will be add float offset by some octaves. We'll say we'll try 36, I guess. Starting place. This was all max, I think. Yeah, this was brilliant. So what's interesting about this is not the way that I would normally, if you watch the old procedural audio now talk, you'll see that my approach to scales and modes was a little bit different. It was more numerical, and it allowed me to do some tricks. There were some tricks that I got out of it because the constraint was that it was all modes. That was sort of the constraint. But it allowed me to do stuff like basically do like interesting offsets and like scale melodies very easily. Sort of procedurally generate scale melodies. So it's a little bit different with this method, but this is so handy that I can't argue it. And obviously you can manually enter in your own scale system. But yeah. Yeah, the values are standard MIDI notes, MIDI note values, MIDI pitch values, and then this is just conversion to frequency based off of 440 as A440. It would be cool actually to have this have a tuning input. That could be cool, but I don't really see a point to it. I mean, unless you're one of those people who are like really obsessed with the whole okay, so frequency is a frequency value, so I'm just offsetting it by a couple hertz, or 1.5 hertz, and then I'm going to actually just drop the mixer a little bit so we don't get too loud. But now we need, so we've got this, now we need our a little bass. Oh, what did I do? Comment 80 envelope. And I think we could probably get away with just actually we could get away with a float envelope that time. So on next selection, we will trigger here, and this, I guess this is our VCA, so we also kind of want one for our, yeah, I guess we could do this. Aaron would like that. We need a sweet, I haven't used a state variable filter yet, so let's use that. Although I am going to use a low pass, but then we want this to spend more time in the lower frequencies. And we want actually this value to be our 0 and add float, some offset value. This is like pitch tracking. And actually, let's do half pitch tracking. So let's do multiply 5, and then the top value is going to be could probably get away with a 4. So these values will totally be scaled by our actual note frequencies, which could be interesting. Well, let's give it some resonance, not too much. Will all VOD of this stream be saved? Yeah, I think so. So I've been a YouTube, I don't know, person for a long time. So I have a bunch of live streams that are still up. So I think they all get saved, which is pretty rad. Yeah, Anthony, it'd be cool, but, you know, I got other hobbies too, you know. They're the things that I like to do. Okay. And then, so we'll just drop that in there for now. But I need to sort of figure out how I want to handle these. Well, let's just see if this works. It's super random sounding. It's because I'm like randomly getting a note. It's not like 100% terrible though. The problem is that there's no there's no sense of this is where like I don't like if I was including blueprints into this, I would probably be creating more strict rules about how the bass would function in terms of its like what it does in the measure. But let's just at least make that a little bit more interesting, and then we can drop. Let's try dropping this down by 12, and then I'll take this and I'll use this also as the decay time values. The multiplier of the BPM. I think we could just do this. We'll try this first. Boop. So it'll be shorter. Oops. It does sound modular. I think I could probably let a few more highs in there. Probably just doing straight up pitch tracking on the filter will bring it out more. So. But yeah, maybe let's bring this up. We'll just go a little bit higher and see. Yeah, 24 just might be too deep. It's really low for me. I don't know about all of you, but I'm listening on headphones, so let's bring it back up to 36. Yeah, I know. Yeah, if you've got speakers, 24 is probably popping through better than on my headphones. I could try to split the difference. I think this root note, but the note in is being offset by my scale preferences here. So I think that would end up being a. Well, I guess what I could do is I could bring it up just a little bit, like 30, and then make that my root note. And then that will make some, I don't even know what that makes this the key, because I don't know off the top of my head what note name 30 is. I'd have to do the math. So it's probably like, I don't know, G or G flat. I don't have perfect pitch, so. Yeah, that's a good point, Anthony. Well, that's where we could do something. Well, that's where we could do like an envelope follower. Boop 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 boop. Boop 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 boop. You have to make that noise when you're crossing the graph. Boop 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 boop. And then the output value we could invert. Well, I did this before. It was a no, I just want to invert it. So wait, hold on a sec. I want to make it so that it goes down. So I'm gonna multiply by -1. Right? So that means it's upside down now. And then I'm going to add, I have to bring it back up above 0. So now it's, so with the -1, it's upside down below the 0 line. And then I offset it by 1. So I think, right, just poop, +1. Yeah. So then what this will do is, come on, I'm grabbing the pin. Mult audio. And this will make the kick pop through the bass. So the bass is going to get ducked by the kick. Yeah, 30 is like F sharp. Yeah, because like 36 is C, right? Is that right? Or maybe it's not. Does it start? The MIDI note scale starts at 0 at C, right? Yeah, it's kind of cool. I'm kind of digging this. We haven't done any actual mixing, right? We could do that. We could drop that down. That was our kick. This is our clap, right? So we could do like 5, and then this was the hi-hat, and we drop down by 3 dB. We'll just see what this sounds like. Yeah, 36 is C. So 30 is like right in the middle of the C scale. The 60 is a C minus. That's so 36 away from. Yeah. So it's a 12. You've got it. It's 12. It's 12 per octave. Okay, this is cool. I'm digging it. Let's do, okay, so this is where it gets complicated. Let's do something like, we haven't done some FM, right? Let's do some fucking modulation. Sorry, I swore. I did a swear. Okay. So let's do something. Boop, 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 boop. We'll use the MIDI note quantizer, but this will be like a little arpeggiator. That's the plan. We're gonna do a little arpeggiation. And how are we gonna do our rhythms? So let's do an LFO. And then we're just going to set the values to be go 60 to 72. We'll go like that. So this will be our note generator. And then this is going to quantize our note generator based off of our existing scale and root note. So it should be in the same key. And then what we'll do is how about we set, how do we want to do this? Let's do our let's get our BPM. And set the frequency. It's kind of similar to what we did before, where we grabbed this and we set this like this LFO frequency to be one that is so we're basically going to copy this, but instead of getting the random, what we're going to do is we're going to essentially turn this BPM value into a hertz output, and so we're just converting this to float so we can do some frequency math, and this becomes a hertz because we're inverting the seconds. And then this is where we can be like, you know, half note LFO rate, and then it's going to jump up and down between 60. Well, 30 is our. So now I have to think about 30. And maybe what we should do is actually just. We should probably just make this an input. So we're going to promote this. This is our root note. Root note will be 30. Root note, so I can reference it over and over again. Where else was I using it? Here. So we'll go root note. And then what I can do is I can go root note. Oops. I can get our root note. Eventually, I think we want to support being able to drag off the inputs. We can't do that yet. Apply. Actually, let's do add. And then we'll just go. So our root note's 30. We're gonna go. Let's add 36, and then make that the min value. And then this add 12 is going to be the max value. Yeah. That way, when our root note changes, this LFO will scale up and down its min and max values. Cool. And then our period is based off of a half note frequency, and that's how we're jumping up and down the scale. So basically, we're going to be going between the bottom of this scale to the top of this scale. At this rate, and we're going to get the frequency, which is rad. So here's where we get into in FM territory. And the way that FM's like really hard, but you can make some cool bell tones with FM. But the trick with FM is actually so the thing you got to know is modulation here. This input type is expecting a frequency scale. So it's plus or minus this value. And this is outputting a plus or minus 1. So what you need to do is you need to multiply it by a float to scale this up by whatever this frequency is. So this is going to be our note. This one's going to be our bass, like output, and then this has to be scaled. Whatever we're modulating it by has to be scaled by this input value. And then what we want to do is actually multiply this frequency value by something. What we can do actually is also, we can do this, multiply by float. And this is actually becomes a depth control for how much FM is being modulated. But basically, we're just scaling this up to full range, frequency range, and then we're able to like drop this down if we want like 50% modulated. You know, our depth knob to go down like 50%. We could just drop this to half. And that'll work. And then this will be some ratio of our frequency value. And that's kind of like the sort of nuts and bolts of FM. If you can do those two things, you're probably in good shape. So I'll just do something like up, like higher, like 3 times, and then this will modulate the rate of this. And then boop, 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 boop. My mixer, let's bring it down. I'm just having it follow me around, to be honest with you. So, okay. Now we've got some audio. So let's do our 80, our classic 80 envelope. I'll pick an audio one for now. But what's going to happen is we're going to have some sort of rhythmic thing. We'll do something for rhythm. I don't know what yet. But we could start with we'll start with like our super simple boop trigger for now. Well, yeah, so it's 3 is going to be like whatever the frequency is input, I don't know. And then it's going to be times 3. Yeah, we'll hit play again. It'll happen. Believe me. It'll happen. Let's see. That's fine. We'll do... Oh, this is where I could actually go like this. Boop. Nice. Clean, clean, clean. All right, let's just see how this sounds. It's just going to be continuous note. Nice. Let's do this. Let's see how that... It's kind of cool, actually. It doesn't sound... I'm just paying attention to like the pitches. The pitches are actually kind of neat. What I want actually is to go multiply this by 0.5. And then I think this is just not working for me. So I think our LFO is quantized. I think what's happening is we're hitting the quantization at a different frequency than we're starting our note. So really what we want is a sample and hold. But we don't have... Do we have... audio? I hate this. I hate the idea of doing this. Sample and hold. So we have an audio rate sample and hold. We don't have a float sample and hold. Or do we? Maybe I haven't paid attention. Sample? No. What do we have that we can drag off float? Well, there's clamp. Bunch of math. What is value? Init value, target value. Allows setting a value to output on trigger. Oh, this is basically a sample and hold, I think. Set? Yeah. So here we go. This is what we want. So this same trigger. I'm just gonna just do this for now. Boom. There we go. Wait a second. This init value is the wrong one. We want target value. There we go. Yeah, but value is letting me do like a sample and hold, which is cool. Sort of like the max line object or line. I don't know max. I only know UE. I know Unreal. Okay. So this is where we want something interesting with our rhythms as well. I could do the same trick I did the hi-hat. It's a very similar idea as the hi-hat. That's not the hi-hat. That is the hi-hat. Where I did a square wave with random frequency. Yeah, that's what I wanted. I wanted a slow rate sample and hold, so set the value was perfect for that. It was perfect for that. I think I just need another one of these. Let's just copy and paste that over here and use that as the set. It's the same. It's oops, got these nodes all crowding up. Okay. This is very modular already. All right. This, I think I could probably do. Let's see if we can do a three operator. Boop. Boop. It's getting crazy now. Boop. Yeah, there we go. We get some bell tones. I mean, I might be making a meta sound from hell right now. I mean, this is getting big. But I mean, like, it's modular synthesis at this stage, right? So now we definitely need stereo delay. Oh, I should use Aaron's favorite node ever. Now we're cooking. This is perfect. This is Aaron's favorite node. For science's sake, it's like this. This is our. I haven't labeled anything. It's been very organic. Looks like Reactor, yeah. I actually think it looks a lot better than Reactor. I'll be honest with you. I mean, I have Reactor 6. I like it. I dig it, but this looks a lot better than Reactor. Oh yeah, I forgot about that, Aaron. I forgot your favorite is the. Okay, what am I doing here? Angle. This is Oh, this is straight up. 90 degrees is in front. So I go 0 to 180 if I want to do like a boop, something like that. Let's go like we could get this guy. Yeah, we'll do this guy. Boop. And then we'll go 1. It's gonna be a whole bar. Why did it shift? Something's... We're accumulating shift. I don't know how that's happening. I think it's that... Could be some sort of... I don't know why it sounds like it's shifting very slowly over time. That's modular, all right. I know the bell tones are loud. They're gonna be quieter. Hold on to your hat, okay? Or your hair, I guess. They'll be mixed lower. They'll be mixed very we'll bring them down. It's all gonna be good. Okay, and then we'll do 6. Like bringing them down, okay? They're a lot. Yeah, that'd be rad, Jirochi. I agree. That's what I'd like too. This is kind of cool. I kind of dig it. Yeah, we can bring this down. I kind of want these really subtle. That might be too much, though. Underwater level soundtrack. Yeah. We made musics. Alright. What time is it? How long have I been going for? It's not bad. It's a couple hours. Nice. We've got an average watch time of 12 minutes. An ice cream truck. An ice cream truck. Yeah, this is the bell, right? FM's pretty cool. I mean, I just sort of... We could, you know, we could make it a little bit weirder, I think. There we go. I just don't know FM that well. I just know the rules of FM. What is the CPU overhead? I mean, I got a super beast machine. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know what the CPU overhead is for this, but I have like a 32-core Threadripper, like 4 gigahertz. So it's a pretty. This is like my work computer, basically. So it's pretty beastly. 128 gigs of RAM. This is getting expensive. Yeah, I agree with Aaron. This is probably getting expensive. Yeah, that there is something to that clap that I feel like I need to address, but I just don't. I'm not sure yet. Maybe it just needs like a filter or something like that. I don't know. Claps are hard. Like pure synth claps are really hard, I think. That's my feeling on it. But I'm glad I got this to work. I'm trying to think about how to do this. Pay CPU for a fire. That's right. This is my album. Encapsulate stuff? What do you mean encapsulate stuff? Oh, you know what's cool actually? Is here's my output. Is we have a node called a wave writer. And this output L. And unfortunately, it's only mono right now. But this will actually bounce out a wave file for every playthrough, which is pretty nuts. Let's see. Let me see. Okay, and now saved. I think it's this. Audio captures. There they are. Look at that. 27 seconds of my beautiful soundtrack. Pretty cool. Yeah, the Wave Rider's pretty sweet. All right. Well, this I think has been a pretty good stream, and I'm not tired or exhausted. My voice is still working, and I can still have the energy to make dinner. So this is a good stopping point. And we've got something. It's a thing. We made a thing. Yeah, Kian. Cayenne? Is it cayenne? Like the pepper, or is it Kian? Like the beginning of like Keanu. But yeah, you can output wave files, which is pretty sweet. Send the data to particles. Yeah, Chris, I'm glad you could join us. Thanks everyone for hanging out with me. It was fun. All right, I'm gonna play the intro to my stream again, so it bookends it in YouTube's.